In the heart of Texas, two men lived in stark contrast. Robert, a humble man of kindness, and Benjamin, a man of immense wealth but boundless greed. Robert, though poor, spent his days caring for the sick, sheltering animals, and offering solace to those in need. His reputation as a kind-hearted soul spread far and wide, yet it was Benjamin, the cruel landowner, who controlled much of the wealth and power. Benjamin exploited the people of Texas, snatching away their lands through manipulation and force, growing richer with each passing day. Despite their differences, Robert and Benjamin had grown up together, their paths diverging as their hearts led them in opposite directions. Where Robert found joy in giving, Benjamin sought satisfaction only in taking. Texas was ruled by a wise and pious prince, known for his fairness. One day, he decided to venture among his people in disguise, eager to understand their true struggles. As he wandered the towns and villages, he found many speaking of Benjamin with fear. However, when Benjamin learned of the prince's visit, he was quick to mask his cruelty with false generosity. He hosted lavish feasts, invited the prince into his home, and pretended to be a friend to the poor. Benjamin even went so far as to tell the prince that he wished to help the people, requesting a large sum of gold to fund charitable works. Unaware of Benjamin's true nature, the prince began to consider granting him the gold. But rumors of Benjamin's cruelty reached the prince's ears. Some brave souls reported how Benjamin had stolen their lands and destroyed their lives. But there was little proof. The prince, known for his wisdom, devised a cunning plan. He decided to test both men, the generous Robert and the greedy Benjamin. In a clever ruse, the prince disguised himself as a poor traveler with no possessions to his name. He visited Benjamin first. Begging for food and shelter, the prince was met with a cold, dismissive gaze. "Leave at once," Benjamin sneered. "I have no charity for beggars." Disheartened but not surprised, the prince then made his way to Robert's humble home. Despite having little to offer, Robert greeted the traveler warmly, offering him a meal and a place to rest. "I have little," Robert said, "but what I have is yours. The suffering of others is mine to bear." Moved by Robert's kindness, the prince revealed his true identity to him. The next day, he summoned Benjamin and Robert to his palace. In front of the entire kingdom, the prince publicly praised Robert for his compassion and care for others. But as Benjamin stood beside him, thinking he had fooled the prince's tone shifted. "You," the prince said, turning to Benjamin, "have claimed to help the people, yet I've seen with my own eyes how you treat the poor. You do not deserve the wealth you have taken from others." The room fell silent as the prince continued, his voice steady. "I've heard enough stories of your greed, and now I have witnessed it for myself. Your lands and wealth will be seized and returned to the people you stole from. As for you, Benjamin, you are hereby exiled from this kingdom, never to return." Gasps echoed throughout the hall as Benjamin's face drained of color. His riches, his power, everything he had accumulated through deceit was taken from him in an instant. As Benjamin was led away, the prince turned back to Robert. "You, Robert, will be rewarded. The lands that Benjamin stole will be returned to their rightful owners, and what remains will be yours. You, a man of humility and kindness, are far richer than any wealth could make you." The people of Texas rejoiced, for justice had been served. The wealth that Benjamin had hoarded was distributed among the poor, bringing relief to the suffering families. Robert, though honored with land and wealth, continued his life of service, helping the people as he always had, now with more means to do so. As for Benjamin, his greed led him to a life of exile, wandering far from Texas with nothing but the weight of his own greed to keep him company. In the end, the true wealth was found not in gold or land, but in the kindness and integrity of a man like Robert. The prince, wise and just, had restored balance to his kingdom, and the people flourished under his reign. How about the story? Do you like it? Please subscribe us and share to your friends for more stories like this. Thank you.